ChatGPT 3 has absolutely taken over the internet. Basically what it is, it's a machine learning model that functions more or less the same way as a search engine, except it's way more sophisticated. Looking to create a diet plan, it'll do it for you. Looking to write an essay on Moby Dick, done. And for my purposes, want to build an application, it'll do it. That's right, this thing programs for you. I mean, this whole AI stuff was fun and games when it was going for like the artist jobs, but now it's going for my job? Well, in any case, you can't beat them, I guess you kind of join them. So we're building an application like Twitter with ChatGPT 3 today. That's right, this thing even created a fully fledged application like Twitter where you have the profile page, you have the home page. You can have it post tweets to an external database and then pull those tweets from said database. I didn't program any of this, I just kind of told it what to do, and it did it. So step one, we need to actually build a project in Firebase. And while that's creating our project in Firebase, we can get started with the Xcode project. And I think that should do it. All right, so now we do the initial setup process and we just need to get ChatGPT to do everything else. So we're gonna go here and say, create a user auth view in Swift UI. All right, so this user auth view is going to be the first view, and let's just see what that would look like. And that's what our user auth view looks like right now. Let's see if it can stylize for us. So we're gonna get the user auth view with some padding, and then we can, holy crap, this is incredible. Okay, let's see what this looks like. There's no way it looks good. There's no way. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, this is freaking incredible. But the one thing it didn't do is make this fit the entire width of the screen, and it also, like, the button is still the blue color. So let's fix that. Make the button text white and make the width of the background fill the width of the screen. So now it's making the color white, and then it says frame max infinity. Golly. Okay. Okay, so one thing it's not really getting correct here, and I've tried it a couple times, it's not placing this frame in the correct position. This position should, in fact, be before the background is even created, in order to extend all the way out to the edges. So there you go. Now it's extended to all the edges, and it's a button. Another thing is it places all of the editing for, like, the button on the button itself and not what's inside of the button, which is generally not the way to go, because now I can only click on this label and I can't click out here to activate the button. So we have to edit a couple things up, and that's more like it. Now this entire thing is a button, and we've got our text fields doing the same. Now comes the hard part where we actually need to connect this part to Firebase. Let's see if it does it for us. So I said create a controller that connects email and password login to Firebase Auth in Swift. And so this is what it's telling us to do. So we now need to import Firebase Auth, and then we're going to import that stuff in there. And then now if we wish to call this, we would then say user auth controller.shared.login, and then we would log in with the email and password. So that goes down here. Okay, so with that written out now, let's go back over to Firebase, and we need to do something here. So this is with authentication, in which we need to get started with this and enable email and password authentication. So enable, save, done. Okay, now we're gonna enter in arctap@gmail.com, and our password is going to be password. It even uses a secure field. So I hit login and it says error authenticating user. There is no user record corresponding to this identifier. So that means we have to create a sign up. So let's do that. So now we need to somehow get to this view. So I wonder if we can call back from the original user auth view to get to this view. So I'm going to say create a button on the user auth view that pops up a sheet that shows the user sign up view. Okay, so there's our user auth view, and now it's creating our showing sign up view, in which it should attach here to a sheet. There we go. And if it's presented, and it's going to present our user sign up view. So now we should have a button that presents our user sign up view. So sign up, and voila. So there we have email, password, confirm password, sign up. Okay, so if we don't have an account, then we can sign up now. So now we need to create a controller that allows us to actually sign up for an account. Create a controller that connects our sign up button to Firebase Auth to create an account. Okay, so now we have a user auth controller, and then we now have sign up. So we already have a user auth controller, so we're going to take that function and put it in there. And then there's our function and how we actually use it. Now, one thing you'll note here, this is where it shows up, You got to keep your request a little bit small, otherwise it runs out of characters and it won't finish up everything. That's just one small thing at the moment that I think is just happening because they just get so many API calls that they have to limit some things. Or maybe it's just a limitation of ChatGPT. I don't really know. Okay, so now let's try signing up. So then we hit sign up and it says user signed up. And now if we go over to Firebase, you'll now see that I have my account created. This is crazy. This is insane. Can we all acknowledge how insane this is? But now I'm signed in. So now I want to see if we can add some logic that will allow us to switch between the sign up, the sign in view, and the view that I'm supposed to be at, which should be like a tab view or the home view or something like that. So here we're going to check if the Firebase user is logged in. And if they are logged in, then we should show the tab view. Otherwise, we should show the user authentication view. Let's see if it understood that. I think I worded that a bit weird. It's doing a big pause, big thinking moment for this chat. I might have broken it. Oh, shoot. It actually did it. So we have the root view. Oh my goodness, it did it. It freaking did it. It did it. It freaking did it. So import SwiftUI, put in our root view, and now we can go to our ChatGPT app and put in our root view instead. Okay, so this is producing a bunch of errors, but I think it all stems from this user auth controller. And I don't want to type any code, so I'm going to go back to chat and tell it to make this an observable object. And let's see if it does it. And it keeps all the functions, so it's going to keep the sign up and the login because they were both there. Okay, that's great. And let's see if that fixed any of the issues. The only issue is we haven't copied over our tab view code yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now for the home view, we're going to import SwiftUI, and then we're going to go back over to chat and ask it to do something. So we're going to say, create a home view that looks exactly like Twitter. All right, that seems to be pretty good. Let's go ahead and copy that code, paste that right in there. Okay, so now here it's asking for a profile image and then a placeholder image down here. So we could steal something from Unsplash, but let's actually ask DALL-E to do it. So I'm going to ask it to create a beautiful profile picture for Twitter. There we go. That is the ideal Twitter profile picture. Now, what do we want to tweet out? Maybe we're in Porto. You know, I've been tweeting a lot of pictures from Porto. That's spot on. That's pretty spot on. So we're going to take this image. Okay, so now we've got these two images. We're going to put those both into our assets. Okay, so now with all that done, if we go back over here to our chat tab view, camera view is actually incorrect, so I'm going to actually erase that, and we're just going to focus on the home view and the profile view. Create a profile view that looks like Twitter. Okay, great. Let's copy that. Now I'm logged in, and this is what it thinks Twitter looks like. That's pretty dope. And then this is what a profile page looks like. Now I'm curious. So generally with Twitter, at least, they have like a sticky header. I'm curious if it can do that. In my profile page, make the top section sticky. It's sticky now. It actually sticks to the top. Now, given that there's a huge issue of this being in front of the sticky header, but still, it sticks to the top. Yeah, no. Okay. It was better without the sticky header, so let's just get rid of that for now. Now, one thing I want to do is add some padding and stylization to things. So I wonder if we can reference like a known UX type of design. Apply a material UI-like design in the home view. It does not seem like they changed much. Oh, okay. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, one thing that I will note is I want this image to extend all the way out to the edges. Make tweet photo extend from edge to edge. Again, this is very sophisticated stuff. I'm asking it to do this specific part right here. It's not named tweet photo or anything like that. They just know it's in this tweet card view. It's somewhere in here that it needs to be happening. And so this is probably the photo that I'm referencing. If it can somehow figure that out, that's incredible. Okay, this one might just be a tad too much for it. Like it just, I don't think it's really figuring it out. So maybe if I say in the tweet card view, make the second image extend all from edge to edge. Dang, I'm doing too many requests now. Shoot, I might have reached a limit because this is quite a large thread. So it might just be, you know, I've made too many requests so far and I should probably reset the thread. Or maybe that's just something we can it's a little bit too much for, I get it. We can make this extend from edge to edge on our own. So let's give it a slight break here. And voila. That is how the app looks currently. Okay, so now we need to be able to create a tweet. Okay, so now this is how it's recommending us to do this. So we would say struct tweet. And then we've got this aspect down here that allows us to create and upload a tweet. So let's see if we can take these and create a controller with functions that upload the tweet to Firebase. So it should look at these functions that it just created and create a controller with these functions that allows us to put the tweet up. And it did it, of course. And it says tweet has no member ID, so we can add that real quick. Let me just see, add ID to tweet. Okay, great. So now we should be able to copy that code and then just edit our model accordingly. And now we should be able to grab the tweet.id and then upload whatever data. Okay, we are getting a slight error here as well. So it says try document.setData and then data, in which it's expecting a string any. Right now it's expecting this tweet here to be a dictionary. So I wonder if we can say convert tweet to dictionary. Okay, but now what it says here is now we have a function that converts our tweet to a dictionary. And I'll take a little bit of the weight off of ChatGPT and we'll just say tweet.toDictionary. And let's see if that works. But how do we even test that? We need to create this view, our composed tweet view. So let's do that. So we're going to say create a compose tweet view in Swift UI. Now I'm realizing it now, but I didn't give it much specifications. So let's see what it actually gives us. No way it actually, okay. From context clues, it created a composed tweet view that had everything that I think is necessary here. We have our username, content, image. Okay, so scratch the username. We don't need that. We just need the content and the image, and a way to, I guess, select an image from a photo library if I wanted to do that. Okay, so now with our composed tweet view, we just need to be able to access that. So going back over here to our home view, it says show composed tweet view. Again, because I had to restart ChatGPT a bit, I lost whatever the home view looked like. So I'm just going to do this manually myself. Okay, so now we're here. If we hit compose tweet view, this is what it looks like. We say username, content, and compose tweet. So that's all good. I will say username, content. That's unnecessary, and this button really doesn't do anything. So let me do what I did beforehand, and let me just remove username text field. And for the text field there, we want it to grow as people are typing in. And there's a specific name for it in Swift UI. It's going to be the text editor. So if we say and make the content text field a text editor. Okay, so that's great. And we're going to go back over here to our compose tweet view. So as you can see, it did change the text field to a text editor, added a padding, white background, corner radius, and a shadow of a radius of 20. That's not what I wanted, but we can see what it looks like. I only really wanted the 20 point on the corner radius, not on the shadow. So that's a bit much, but that's what that would look like. But it's a text editor now, so I can start typing in here. And then if I wanted to, I can click any of these. Now this also has an image here. So if I wanted to add an image, we can do that. So add an image picker toggle to the photo library button. Now I should have specified that this will be either a sheet or a full screen, but I think it should add a sheet because that's generally what we do. So it says self.image picker shown, and then we have our image picker, and it already adds the image up here. Again, just great stuff. Holy crap. So we can go ahead and put that in here. Goodness. Okay, so if we build around that, let's see. Okay, give us an error. What is this error? Okay, image picker cannot find image picker in scope. Okay, so this image picker doesn't exist because I think you need to make it a UI view representable at the moment. Might have been too much to ask. I have sent in quite a few, so we'll see. Okay, I don't think it's going to do it, so we can go ahead and steal someone else's code. Oh, wait. Oh, and would you look at that? It actually did do it. Okay, so it created an image picker, UI view representable, and image picker controller in which it references and binds itself to an image and does everything that I was going to tell it to do. So that's That's insane. Oh my goodness. This is just crazy. Okay, but now this image picker is referencing this UI view controller representable. Okay, so we log in. We're going to compose a tweet. I compose a tweet. I want to select an image. It should bring up the photo library picker. I can click on it, and there we go. There's our image that we're going to upload, and we can compose the tweet. So in order to compose that tweet, it actually gets pretty complicated than what we already have programmed. Because what we had programmed before is this tweet controller, right? In which it says upload tweet, and our tweet just sets the dictionary to the database, and it should just upload it as a dictionary there. But this is not how it would actually be done. What we need to do first is check and see if there's going to be an image. If there is an image, that we need to upload said image to storage. And then once that image comes back, then we actually need to set the tweet to the database and upload it via that way. Create a function that checks if the image in tweet is empty or not. If it's not empty, using Firebase storage, upload the image and get the image URL. Then take the image URL and upload it with the tweet to Firebase Firestore. It's a very complicated process. This is something that I would be amazed if it could do it, because there's a lot of documentation to read here and make sure that it all works correctly. And it wasn't working correctly the first time. Oh my goodness, is it doing it? Is it doing it? You're kidding. You're kidding. Okay. It did not finish it. So let me try that again. Okay, let's try this again, because it didn't finish that function, but it was so close. It was so close. Okay, so now that we're here, we have tweet controller upload tweet. So now it's going to see if it has an image. And then it stopped after a certain amount of time, but we can finish this off on our own. It did most of the groundwork, so I'll give it a break there, right? Now we've changed quite a few things. It checks if it has an image. If it does, then we create storage reference, put data, and then we get the download URL. Then we say guardlet URL equal this, and we check and make sure. Then we say var tweet with image equal tweet. And then we say tweet with image dot image will be equal to the URL. And it said this image here is a let constant, so we can make sure that this is a variable instead. And then just say absolute string. Then we need to end the brace of all of this stuff. So this first checks and sees if there's an image, and then we create a tweet with image, and then we need to upload the image like we would before. And I'll give it some leeway here because I think it's reaching its like character limit here, that it's just not finishing everything up. So what we do is like db.collection, in which the collection can be my tweets, .document, and then this document can be my tweet with image .id, .set data, and then we can say my tweet with image .toDictionary. And then it says cannot convert value of type string to expected argument. So what this can do is we say upload tweet, we have the tweet here, and we have image, in which this can be just a UI image. And so now instead of checking this tweet.image itself, we check and see if this image that we feed into the function is actually there. Then we just need to get the data from this. So let's say .jpeg data of the compression type of like 0.6 or something like that. And then here we know the image isn't empty, so we can just add exclamation point. Then say self.db.collection.tweets, set data with the tweet image. And that should basically finish it off if we do have the image. If we don't have the image, then we're just going to skip a few of the processes altogether and say self.db.collection. And then inside of here, we say tweet .toDictionary. But overall, incredible stuff. It did most of the groundwork for us. It did all the checks. It even wrote some guards for the URL to check if there's it's like an error coming through. It even wrote some of the error messages. It's better than me in programming for that sake. So this compose tweet or this upload tweet is not being referenced yet. It's not being called. So now knowing everything here, it says inside of my compose tweet view, add a call to my upload tweet function. So it should be able to get, okay, there's the view and this is the function, and it should be able to add a reference and everything to that controller. So button action, let tweet equal that, and so on and so forth. And it even says self.content, self.image, and so on. And so if we were to just pluck that right in there, that should work. And since we made the change without ChatGPT's knowledge, we need to say image and feed that through here. All right, so with our Firebase database going, I should be able to now compose a tweet, write something in here. Let's even take an image per se, put that right in there, compose the tweet. Let's see what that does. But there you have it. It uploaded that image, and that should be the exact image that we uploaded. So we uploaded this image. It should therefore have all my tweets. Look at that. That's crazy. That's incredible. Now that I have those tweets, I want to be able to pull those tweets onto my homepage. Create a controller that grabs all my tweets from my Firestore database and puts them into an array. So there it is. We fetch tweets, and this is inside of my tweet controller. I would generally move this over to a different thing. So let me say move fetch tweets function and tweets array into new controller called home controller. So it should move anything and everything inside of here into a home controller. There we go. That's more like it. Import everything, and I think we're pretty good to go. Value of query snapshot has no member map. I wonder if I put an error in here, what does it do? In the previous answer, the map method is used to iterate over the documents of query snapshot and convert them to tweet objects. However, this method is not available on the query snapshot. Type in the current version of the Firebase Firestore SDK. To fix this error, you need to add this instead. So documents.documents.map. Wait a second. So if I put in the error, it just said, oh, you need to rewrite it like this. I checked the documentation again, and sorry, this is actually the incorrect way. Now this is the correct way. It freaking did that. There's no way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's funny because what it did for this last little bit here is it did a bit of over-engineering. It was using combine in places that weren't really necessary and, you know, a bunch of other stuff. And so this, I had to change it up a bit and just simplify it down a bit to just be collection to get documents. We get the documents and we apply it to these tweets that we have here. Simple. We could, of course, you know, go the extra route and engineer all the things using combine and everything, but I just wanted a simple solution for today. There we go. So now we have one tweet up there. It's been tweeted. There's the tweet content. We have their username and everything going on there. But at the moment, you might notice that this is not the tweet that we tweeted. So let's connect the tweet that we tweeted to our tweet view. Okay, I think we found its limit. So what we're going to do instead is manually do things. Ugh. And there we have it. So now it's tweeting something. You have the users, you have the images being uploaded, you're loading the images. You can tweet something new if you wanted to. You can upload an image, compose the tweet, and then once it's composed, you go back here. There's no swipe down to reload, so you're going to have to go back and forth. But there you have it. Look at that. That's tweet something new, and it's there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more like this, and let me know what else you want me to build with ChatGPT 3 or any other video ideas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!